What's shaking YouTube? Angel of Authenticity from another motorcycle shop. Shooting my motorcycle. I'm not at top. Oh, next to it. I am not down the road. I am down the road like always. Getting a little TLC done to my bike. Because it's about time to ride and ride and ride. Get a little nicer out. Although we had wind advisories today, I always say it's always windy on a motorcycle, so here we go. I'm in this very convenient and very beautiful little covered space on the opposite side of the wind. So just maybe I can function. It's like, you know, it's like going 90 miles an hour on a motorcycle out there right now. Like, it's always 60 mile an hour winds when you're on a bike, like going anywhere, right? Like, yeah, it's so funny to me. But you got like 60 mile an hour winds this way, you got 45 mile an hour winds coming this way. It's like, you're gonna make a tornado if you don't be careful, you know? You hear that out there? And they're dying down now even. They were just like, whoosh. The men are fucking with the weather. I'm not saying all men. I'm not saying men everywhere. I'm just saying humans are messing with the weather, playing God in so many ways. It's just ridiculous. Because, like, you can't play God, man. That's God's job. It's not like God's slacking just because it's not bad. Oh, let's hurry up prophecies because God's like, whatever. Like, we kind of know a little bit about it. We're going to just hurry it along. Wouldn't that piss you off? It's like your neighbor saying, yeah, I'm going to paint my fence, you know, but at first I want to do this, and I want to change this, and I want to put these new bolts in, scrape all the old paint off, you know, and all these steps involved, right? It's like your neighbor going, oh, yeah, he wants to paint his fence, you know, and they go out there the next day, slapping paint on. That is what men are like now. When they start fucking with the weather, they start fucking with the natural disasters and the prophecies. That's what it looks like to God. No doubt, dude. No doubt. He showed me that. I was like, I get it, man. I know what that's like. Like, ooh, I wasn't ready to do that yet. It wasn't quite time. They're like, no, it's time. We already did all that. We got it all year. We're doing it. Like, wow. No, man. That's what it is. Men are not supposed to fuck with weather. Weather is something that you're supposed to be at the mercy of and to let God and Mother Nature control. Like, that is not, like, anything but elementary. Anybody that tries to attempt to do that is just being ridiculous, and they're fucking with it. Like, I'm sorry. They're messing around with diabolical sources and things that should not be so, because God is in charge of the weather. Well, Mother Nature's in charge of the weather anyway, which is of God, just like humans are. So people trying to mess with the weather are janky freaking demons. They're janky ass freaking cyborgs or like alien type things that aren't even supposed to be on Earth. Here to just steal it from us, humans. I'm only talking to the humans, so like, well, I'm talking to the demons and all them too. If you are listening to me and you're not a human, I'm telling you right now, you're already on an earthly realm and you're freaking, you're stepping on a line. You're out of bounds. So watch you get all tripped up, man. You're going to be like, I don't know, oh, how'd it happen? Like, you know how it happened? Because you were out of bounds and you were not in your area. Because this place is for humans. You know how I know that? Because I'm reading the freaking... trying to say cuss. I'm trying not to cuss. I am trying not to cuss. You know how I know you're out of bounds? Because Earth was put here for humans, and I'm an Earth Angel. I hate that word. I do. I hate that word, but the Age of Authenticity is a rank, not a name. Surprise. Welcome to Earth, my humans. Let's protect it and let's keep it so we have clean air, clean water, clean food. We don't have no janky ass bullshit going on where we got to pay like $1 bazillion for a dozen eggs, and our eggs, we could have had eggs. Like, lots of us had eggs. We had chickens and eggs. Are they laying eggs? No. Did the chickens die? Yeah, some of them did, but guess what? They come knocking on everybody's doors in Wheatfield, Indiana, and said, they got the bird flu, you got to kill them all. It don't matter if you had 60 chickens or 2. What is that? What is that? That's a man-made thing, actually, that they made out of that little island that the government owns, and was never supposed to be released in the, yeah, but it happened. Of course it happened. Why are you even going to go and invent shit that's so bad for your world and not expect, oh, it will never ever touch our families or our homes. Like, get real, dude. Of course it's going to. You're inventing it, it's going to come alive. Where does it come alive? In your world. So of course it's going to do that. Fucking retarded people. I get so angry. I can't emphasize enough how important it is right now, no matter how crappy it is, to speak out into the world the things that you want. And if you don't do that, we're going to be really screwed, because we already know that our thoughts and our speech has power. And by them doing all their gossip and word butchering, that's all it is. If they know they're doing it or not, they may very well not have a clue. You may think Martha down the road like, oh, she don't know anything. She's not no witch. That could be so, but she's allowing witches and demons and things to control her and operate her for her to be able to be in that devil's spirit, to be able to sit there and word witch and gossip about a neighbor instead of just saying like, oh man, yeah, their dishes were way piled up. Who offered to help do them? Who offered to help, maybe help them out, a little bit? Don't they have like 4 kids, plus they got all their other janky uncles' kids or something that, they got another 3 on top of that, or, didn't their food stamps get cut? Like, maybe they don't have maybe they don't have. Maybe they can't. Maybe they're just so used to living in dither, they don't know how. Maybe they've never been showed how. Like telling the truth. Some people don't know how to tell the truth because they've only been taught how to side skirt it in the worst way possible. I'm just saying, like, with anything, it's trial and error. It's not just like, oh, we got to fix that. I'll pray for you. No, man. It's like, why isn't it working? Okay, well, this person maybe is going to be different for every scenario, but maybe this girl's mom's a bar whore. I hate to say it, but that happens. She's a bar whore. Stepdads, they're all just in and out of jail. They're losers. They're men that don't know how to take control, and their way of taking control is with their fists, which is bull crap. That is not how we take control of people. Like, duh, we do not fight in the flesh. We do not fight in the flesh, boys. Like, you didn't read your encyclopedias ever, or like go to school, did you? Obviously, that's why the back-to-school programs in the inner-city hood has got their graduation rate over ours. Everybody thinks this is such a great place to live out in the south of the river parts, but like, guess what? Gary's got a better graduation and a higher IQ than we do. Huh. Imagine how that happened. With your old philosophy, like, blah, blah, we're just da-da-da-da. Like, you can't just do that. You gotta, like, continuously build. You gotta continuously learn. Like, anybody that's gonna keep up with anything, I mean, not only do you gotta continuously learn, you gotta actively recruit other new minds and, like, new inspiration and shit to be able to stay on top of the bar, man. Because we are lower. We are lower. We are more uneducated and less employed than anybody in the state, practically, as just white people south of the river. So, like, how do you like us now? Seriously. Your way did not work. People in Gary that grew up with no dads and no moms, and it's just terrible conditions, have a better success rate than our children growing out here in Jasper County. Yeah, I said it, Jasper. Oh, it's Jasper County. Well, you know what? You wanted to keep up with all the expensive places so bad that all you did was raise all our bills so your kids could never buy a house here unless you already had one for them. And guess what else? It ain't gonna work when you want to burn it down and just freaking destroy it. You destroyed the farmland. They put CO2 in our ground. I mean, they've done everything they can to destroy it. And guess what? All of a sudden, their children are not into farming anymore or agriculture. Coincidentally enough, they're not even into dental hygienics. They're all in insurance. They think they're just going to sell it off and, like, be done with it at the end of the day. Hey, but it wasn't what it was like, 10 years ago. Yeah, because you guys destroyed it. They're destroying it. And thinking that insurance is going to cover it. But guess what, motherfucker? It ain't. You're going to be sitting there as poor as every poor person right now is on Social Security. Living under the federal poverty level. Trying to make it. on your $900 a month rent, and that's like for dive, you know. That's the wake up call you're gonna get. You're gonna be really old and really cold and hungry as hell, and then you'll get it maybe for the next life around. And your kids, they're gonna be on food stamps, man. They're gonna have anything, because insurance ain't gonna mean nothing. That's like an imaginary la internet land, hell. You're better off becoming a YouTube creator, because you get other people advocating for you at least. But what you're doing right now, and you're going to try to destroy everybody's property, their family lineage, their family heritage, their acreage and shit that they've had in their family for years, and you've destroyed it. You made it so the hens can't lay eggs. You made it so the crops won't grow, thinking that you could buy out because you're going to have it all explode or burn down or whatever you got planned, and it ain't going to work. I don't care how many kids you got in insurance. You watch. You're freaking yourself and your lineage. You indirectly sold out all your kids' lives and grandkids, especially the great-grandkids. Watch what happens because of your choices, thinking nobody would notice and it didn't matter. It's sad because I would never do that to my kids or your kids. You know, ultimate love and ultimate sacrifice and ultimately protecting this earth sometimes means separating from the things that you love, but not selling them out, man. That's why I separated, so I didn't have to sell out my own kind. I knew I had daughters that were running around that looked just like me, man. That thought just like me, that had the tenacity and the goals and the ambition until the people like you freak it up. And you guys are like, well, you know, just the underserved. Oh, well, you know, the underserved and the illegitimate and like, oh, they're on welfare. Oh, well, you know, those types. Like, guess what? You just essentially flip-flop the world because of your karmic energy, and you cannot flip-flop without flip-flopping at all. So watch your little kids need to fucking beg for diapers like the rest of us have to now. That's what you've done. You did that. Not maybe you that's listening, but, you know, I'm just venting right now towards the people that were like that because they're like, hey, we're so much better, we got polyester on. Oh, God don't want you, you're smoking a cigarette. Like, yeah, I'm smoking a cigarette because, like, janky people like you told us it was okay for all them years, and now it's not. Like, what the hell? Screw that. We know not to trust nobody. Don't trust anybody but yourself. At the end of the day, that's all you got. Trust no one. I mean it too. Trust no one. And go natural. If it could be natural, do it. And cleanse the bottom of your feet. That's important. Mouthwash will work. That's a hillbilly remedy. Mint, vinegar, and things like that. Alcohol, peroxide, as much as you can. Put something white on it and watch all the heavy metals. And heavy metals come out of your feet. It's true. It really works. Japanese people do it every night. Every single night when they go to bed. Try it. Try it and you'll know I'm telling you the truth. That's the mercury and the lead and everything else they're putting in our stuff to, even the Girl Scout cookies. They did an audit on them and 87% of them had super heavy metals in their, like, lethal amounts. But they're blaming it, they're putting it on dope and shit like that. So, they can blame it on that, but it's not that. It builds up in your system like cyanide or any other poison, especially with heavy metals. You can extract it out of the bottom of your feet. Like, trust me on this. Just wash yourself, soak your feet, or whatever you got to do, you know, so you know they're clean. Put some peroxide, soak them in vinegar and mouthwash or something like that. Paste them up, put a gauze or white t-shirt or something works good so you can see it, you know, so you believe me. And watch it extract that shit out. It's insanity. It'll be as gray as blue as my sweatshirt. The bottom of your feet will be. You could scrape all that off and then put peroxide on it and get in the shower. It'll be like that again before you're done washing your hair. I mean, I don't think I'm the only one, but that's how it was for me. I was like, whoa, man. They say you do that a few days and your joints will stop hurting and all these other things. And we have no reason to trust anybody else but the people, so just try it. I mean, that's all I'm saying. It's not going to hurt you anything to try it. Vinegar or mouthwash, I mean, I found that peroxide, there's actual patches you could buy, but I don't trust them at all. But if you just take like a pain patch, like a Bengay patch or a lidocaine patch if you have them, you know, from like having the doctor give you patches. Soak your feet and all that shit, and then spray it with vinegar, peroxide, and put one of them patches on, or even soak some patches in the stuff that works too. But put it to the bottom of your feet. Anything you can put to the bottom of your feet to see. Now that's to sit all night with it. But just like instant results, you don't even have to do that. You could soak them in pure vinegar, and like anything mint. Okay, I mean really, for 20 minutes or something, whatever. And they'll feel amazing for one. But like, pull them out and they're going to be white and wrinkly because they're going to be super clean, you know. And then spray some peroxide at the bottom of them. Say, for example, that's the last thing I did. I've done it a lot of ways, but by the time you get in the shower, even though you have completely white feet, even with the bubbles and everything on them, it'll be black by the time you're done doing your shower because it's drawing out the heavy metals out of your body. That's how you do it. That's what you need to do because as they build up, they'll kill you. So until next time, your angel of authenticity, unfiltered, unedited, and your politically incorrect Christian, here to say, get real.